Everyone, welcome to Norm's Friends. I'm David B., the readings guy, 603-404-9338. I have the wonderful, talented Anthony Williams today. We'll let him introduce himself quickly. Then naturally, of course, I have my list of anti-Americanism going on that I want to get into.
That's going to be a hard thing to follow.
Yeah.
I brought a commission piece that I'm working on. We can show that a little later if you want. Or,
Sure. Yeah. So you want to get right to this list?
well,
All right.
on
Well, first, I'm going to start naturally with my famous quote of the day. I love the famous quote. When I say it, you're probably already going to know who it's from because it's a recent famous quote. The far left hates everyone, themselves included. So let me repeat it because it is true. Think about it. The far left hates everyone, themselves included. Elon Musk. God bless Elon Musk for scooping up Twitter and sort of now, the Democrats are panicking. They don't know what to do because they don't have basically the corner of their media niche solid as they thought it was. Now they've got this big block of media that will tell both sides of the story. Pro-American, anti-American. Whatever side of the fence you want to call it. Democrat, Republican, I don't call it either. Pro-American, anti-American. So I'm glad about that. And of course, it's going to be very interesting. Oh, if anybody, I brought the wrong thing today. If anybody has questions, comments, 603-640-3091. Give us a call. We'd love to hear your questions, your comments, whatever it is you want to. All I got today, because there's so much to cover, all I brought today was tarot cards. If anybody's interested in a nice mini tarot card reading, give me a call again, 603-640-3091. So first, I brought the wrong, I must have been doing it on two pieces of paper instead of just one. So
it happens.
it does. So of course, naturally, later, the big news is the Supreme Court brief leaking, or whatever they call it, the decision leak. I love that. And let's face it, we know, was that done by, let's do a test, was that done by pro-Americans, or was that done by anti-Americans? All right, everyone in favor of pro-Americans leaking that Supreme Court decision, raise your hand. All right, I don't see any hands out there. Everyone who believes it's anti-Americans that leaked the Supreme Court decision, raise your hands. Well, look at them all. Look at those hands out there. Amazing. So we'll come back to that. And, of course, this is just today. I read this morning. Here we go. Another progressive, communist, far-left, anti-American person, namely Bill Gates. He's come out with this just this morning. I read this online. If it's not correct, give me a call, prove me wrong. Now he's saying a new variant of COVID is coming along. A new variant, but here's the clincher. Get ready, bunker down, buy the mask, whatever it is. A new variant of COVID is coming along, but are you ready? Deadlier than ever. So stay indoors, give up all your freedoms again. Give up all your rights, because deadlier than ever, even though we know every time a virus mutates, it gets weaker. Just goes to show you how dumb these elitists think that Americans are. That's what they're actually telling you. You dumb jerk. you'll believe whatever I say. And they don't question anything, which you really don't, because if you did, this garbage like this would cease to exist. It wouldn't be happening. But, they come out with saying stuff like this, and I have more quotes, too, of these elitists saying stuff without anything to back it up. They just say it, and there are a lot of naive, ignorant, dumb, lazy Americans out there that don't blink an eye. As long as they're getting their welfare check and their food stamps and their free Obama phones, they don't care about anything that goes on here, which is too bad. So first, I'd like to talk about, which is, I noticed last week, I think it was Thursday when I heard all the news about this, the Ministry of Truth. What is that? First of all, this is an attack on your First Amendment rights. And that this has been in the planning stage since Obama's first term, never mind his third term, all right? And again, everybody should be outraged at the Ministry of Truth. This is about disinformation and misinformation. This is the government. What are they going to say disinformation and or misinformation is? Whatever doesn't go along with what they want the public to hear. Just like the science, supposedly, they want you to believe in the science. When it comes to COVID, believe in the science. But when it comes to gender, and according to science, there's only 2 genders. Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Anthony.
Hey, the queen of the optimists. How are you today?
Energy lady.
That's
Yes.
right. The positive energy lady. How's it going? Nice to hear you.
No crystal ball today, just your cards. Well, give me a reading from your cards, please.
Okay, I will. No crystal ball, because there's so many interesting topics to touch on today.
You know why? Because I shine. I don't need one.
Exactly. That's true. And you do. You do. One of these days, I'm just going to give you a reading without even cards. So, all right, we're going to pick the cards. This is going to be... I'm going to pick all cards near the top, all right?
Yeah, don't drop them.
I won't. I know. I think last time he was here, I did, right? So let's
Yes,
see
you
what
did.
we have. Well, all right, so first we start with the Queen of Cups, but this is the Queen of Cups is you. It's, somebody who's very confident, who's got fantastic self-esteem, who's, sort of can figure out, well, not really figure out, but, acknowledges her emotions, which is what you do. You acknowledge them. At the same time, you sort of don't let them overtake you, and you just sort of, as they say, you can even see it right here, go with the flow. Sometimes it just gets a little choppy, but where you're so exuberant and uplifting and joyous, nothing is really, when it comes to emotions, even when emotions are upsetting to you, it's only a little bit because you're so positive. So there we have that one, and of course, and then we go on to the Chariot. Again, nice, forceful, lots of energy. And you can see also, we have the 2 sphinxes here leading the Chariot. One is predominantly black with white stripes. The other one's predominantly white with black stripes. So there now we have a choice. But it doesn't matter because you're moving along. And as we go back to what I said about the first card, even if it's upsetting to your emotions, it's really not that upsetting because you're so well aware of what's going on and you're so in tune to your soul and your spirit. It's really not that upsetting because you know and you feel, that, well, this just happens to be where I'm at this particular point, and it's not that you discount it, but you accept it, which sort of, lessens the burden tenfold. And as you're on this sort of moving forward here with the two directions, I can see and feel you just a little bit of grappling with yourself. And I'm going to say the grappling that you're doing right now is the same as probably every person that's living in America today. It's got to do with the inflation. I just know that that's sort of like the sort of little bit of turmoil that's going on with you. But that's going to be all straightened out shortly, so not to worry. So, what'd you think, Queen of the Optimists? Hello?
What?
I said, so what'd you think? What do you think of the reading?
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah, and it fits you to a T. I just know it does. I can feel it. I can feel it. Because
Jeez, I didn't know I gave you that kind of eyes.
believe it or not, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. So there you go.
Hey, I would say it happy, healthy, strong, and everything. How about you?
Exactly the same. That's right. Exactly the same. Hey, now what are you doing for Mother's Day?
Just being a mother.
Well, that's
Being happy. Enjoying life.
Look at that. Amazing. See that? And look at all the joy you're spreading to everyone. Everyone, take a little hint from the Queen of the Optimists. It's a choice, and it's an easy choice. Isn't it so much easier to choose happy than being mad and upset and disgruntled? Don't you think?
Only dogs are mad.
There you go. I love it. All right. Hey, enjoy your Mother's Day, whatever it is you're going to do for it.
Well, I sure will. Hey, Anthony, you got anything new going?
Yes, I do. I got a piece of artwork I've been commissioned to do. It's
Well, that's nice.
yeah, it's a swallowtail butterfly, and later on in the show, I'm going to show it. It's not quite done
That'd
yet.
be nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you go so that you can show it, and everybody, God bless and have a wonderful night.
Same to you.
Thank you. Same to you. Thanks. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye.
Boy, she does have a lot of energy.
She does. She's a sweetheart. You can feel the energy. How can you not feel it? It's so positive. All right, so where was I? Oh, so we were talking about the Ministry of Truth, which is really, it's just out to attack anyone who doesn't agree 100% with this administration. But not only that, it has undercurrents to it, and I'm going to say this again. Part of it is this is an outright attack on our First Amendment rights. And one of the reasons they come up with this, well, if you remember a couple of weeks ago, Obama, the Muslim, was talking about disinformation and misinformation. Hence, all of a sudden, a couple of weeks later, they come up with the Ministry of Truth. For someone, and who do they appoint there? For someone who wants to do away with free speech. Anyway, but a big part of this is what I was saying before, is people should be outraged, calling up all your elected officials and screaming that something should be done, because in the White House, advising Biden what to do on policies and agenda are members of Muslim Brotherhood. Everybody should be absolutely outraged. I don't care what you say. Even Iran considers them a terrorist organization. Saudi Arabia, a terrorist organization. These are Muslim countries that won't even allow them there. But here they are in the White House advising Mr. Senility. I mean, you got to wake up, before it's too late. You just sit, it's not going to do any good. No, that's what they want you to believe. And, this current administration, well, even not only the current administration, a lot of politicians, a lot of, U.S. representatives and U.S. senators, they got it all wrong, because people sit back there, they can't care less, They couldn't care less about getting involved with government. So therefore, the tables have been turned. Instead of them, our elected officials serving us, which is government by the people, for the people, of the people, by the people, for the people. What is it? Now it's a government of the elitists, by the elitists, and for the elitists. That's because you're too lazy to get off your chair and make a phone call and or send an email, which would take, what, 90 seconds of your time? God forbid. So, and on the Ministry of Truth and DHS Mayorkas, however you say his name, he claims the Ministry of Truth will not have operational authority. Then what are they even starting it for in the first place? You've got to ask these questions. So much for that, because I could go on and on and on. And Anthony's got this wonderful painting that he's doing, so we want to get to that soon. Anthony, feel free to jump in on any of these if you have your own comments on anything.
Well, I kind of sum it all up by they're coming out with this Ministry of Truth, so to speak,
Couldn't be
right
further,
before the
further from the truth.
right before the midterms, which the Democrat Party knows they're pretty much in trouble. But the point is, what happened in the 2016 election? They let everybody come in with this false information, and a lot of it was from the government. And it's a sad thing to think that America has stooped so low. This is just following what has been going on in this country, and it's pretty pathetic to me. Why are they wasting people's time? It's just like,
And money.
when people vote, they should have a photo ID. They should be registered. And as far as these absentee ballots, that's already been proved that, a lot of that is a fallacy. And there was over, like, in one section of the city in New York, there were 8,000 dead people that voted. So things like this can be prevented. And it's kind of scary to think that America has reached this point in time where this is allowed to happen. See, I don't care who you are, you should always have that First Amendment right of free speech, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, or whatever. But when you totally go against one person representing one party, there's something wrong. It's not only dirty politics, it's something that's going to catch all of us sooner or later. This is America. And
Yep. Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
I'm good. This is my first time calling in.
Mm-hmm. Welcome.
Okay, let me put the phone down because now I'm talking. What?
You're more nervous than I am. Yeah. So, all right.
Hi. No, I'm trying to. I'm looking at the TV.
Yeah.
And I'm trying, and I'm also, got my phone here. And
Yeah.
there seems to be a delay in what I'm saying and what I'm hearing on the TV.
Is what?
Yes, there's a big delay.
Well, you can't do both. You're on your phone or the TV. It's one or the other.
Okay, let me figure this out.
So, what can we do for you today? I'll tell you what, straighten out whatever it is that's going on and call us back as soon as you get it straightened out, because I'm talking to you, and I'm not getting a response, so call us back. Thanks for calling. I don't know, I couldn't figure out what she was doing, but it was dead air. Anyway.
no, it's going back to what I said, this is all right out of a novel, 1984, as far as what's happened to us, what's happened to this country. And it's been going on for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Little by little by little by little. I really don't want America to fall. I don't want America to be turned into a socialist
They're
government.
doing everything in their power.
I understand that. I've been following this for quite a while, and now it's right in my face. But you got to realize a lot of people don't understand it because they always figure, oh, well, we've had tough times before. We'll get through this. This is something that they're playing on, and that's your being naive
Mm-hmm.
and saying the government will take care of it. The government will take care of it. Well, no president that I've known that we've had is spending and giving away money like Mr. Biden. It's just unheard of. Plus the fact that there she is.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
I'm fine. I just called you earlier. I'm trying to, I have a problem figuring out whether to talk to you on the phone because the phone and what I was saying and looking at the TV, was a big delay.
Right, there is a delay. So yeah, that's
anyway,
why. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm recently moved to New Hampshire, Manchester.
Mm-hmm.
I was here years ago. I just came back,
Yeah.
and I was just channel surfing to see what's going on, and I picked up your show.
Ah.
I thought that first you were a political commentary show. Then I saw a woman call, and you did a reading. So,
Carol, that's yes.
are you a political comment show, or are you, like it says, are you a psychic, or what exactly is
Psychic, tarot reader, medium, crystal ball. Yeah, I do it. I do it all. But
fantastic.
you're right, but
How'd you get the name Norm's Friend?
because there used to be the show Norm's Community Corner, and he was on the air for over 20 years, and he passed away last year. Was it November, Scott? December, and I was the co-host. So here I am.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So he's gone now.
He's passed. Yes, he is, but he's still here. Believe it or not, he's still around.
He wasn't that old, considering he was only in his 70s.
Right. Well, I mean, it's getting up there,
Well, I'm in my 70s also, so I like to think that there's still a whole bunch of time left,
Wow, there's time left. I don't know about a whole bunch. I mean, come on.
Well, if I live to be 85, I'd be more than happy. I wouldn't complain about a thing.
Yeah, my goal's 80, so we'll see what happens. That's good. That's good.
Well, they say only the good die young, so I figure I got a good long time left.
Right. Well, if you go back in early biblical times, right? How old were people living then? 180 years and 172 years. So, 85 would be young, right? If you talk about it there. So, see, this is just a phase we're going through. Then when we pass, it's, that's utopia.
Mm.
So,
well,
yeah.
Well, as long as I got you.
Yeah.
I really don't have anything that I need to know. So I'm not really looking for a medium right now, or anything. But I am worried about my husband. He's in pretty rough shape. Is he going to make it?
I'll even tell you without the cards. I'm getting the sense that he's in pretty rough shape, but he is going to make it. But it's going to be a scary time for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he's got fourth stage cirrhosis.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd think, okay, that if you had fourth stage cirrhosis, that you'd straighten out a bit, wouldn't you?
Well, unfortunately, I mean, that's what we would think, and that's what we hope for. But unfortunately, I mean, not everyone thinks and has the same aspirations that we have, sadly.
Yeah.
So, but
You know,
yeah, go ahead.
well, I guess what will be will be. You know, it's going to happen, or it's there's
Yeah,
not much you can do about it.
right. Scary time. Scary time
Yeah.
ahead. That's so.
You know, I really liked Norm. I used to live in Manchester before, and I used to watch his TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to see him a couple of times over the years.
Yeah.
And I'm really, I'm kind of sad that he's gone. I wish he was. I just thought he'd be here forever.
Unfortunately, I know he isn't, but he left a big void behind. A big void.
Uh-huh. Well,
So-
maybe you can fill it out.
Well, I'm doing my best here. So, but and when the political stuff, I'm pro-American, so I just happen to point out all the anti-Americanism that's happening, and nobody seems to care about it.
Well, there's one of the three, okay, when I was younger, right?
Yeah.
I didn't care about politics. I didn't even watch the news when I was younger. But when I was younger, I had
don't
5
now.
kids.
Yeah.
So when you have when you're in your 20s and 30s and you got 5 kids and you're trying to work, politics just sort of goes on the back burner for a
Sure.
while.
Yeah.
So that might be one of the reasons, one of the reasons people aren't paying attention. Possibly they just got so much other things to worry about at the moment.
Well, you got that right. No question about it.
Yeah, but of course now I'm older and my kids are grown and I can watch the news and I can actually pay attention to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But all I can do is go down there and vote. That's about, really all I can do.
You can call up. You can call up all your elected officials and let them know how you feel about what's going on, what you like or dislike. See, that's people are complacent in that they're banking on that because they're trying to push all this progressive leftist agenda down our throat, and that's what they're saying. Well, they keep doing it because why? Nobody's showing it. Nobody cares. But that you can, it only takes one phone call. I call all the time. By the way, I called last week again. I called my 2 senators, Hassan and Shaheen, and I called Pappas also, my rep. So.
Well, I don't even know how to call them.
Do you have a phone? You have a
I know
phone.
who they are, but it
You
doesn't
have a
occur to
phone,
me to
right?
look at the numbers and I'll give them a call.
Yep, give them a call. See, and I bring that info with me too. But I didn't bring everything with me because there's so many interesting things to talk about today. Plus, I have a wonderfully talented guest today.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said I usually bring that info with me just in case of this. A lot of times I give out their phone numbers, how to contact them. But I have such a wonderfully talented guest today that I didn't bring, my man bag with all the materials that I carry in it.
Well, I'll watch you again, and maybe I'll pick up the information now that I know that you're here. And, maybe I'll get a little bit involved. Your guest is Anthony.
Yes.
Right?
Yep, Anthony Williams.
Is he an artist?
Yes, he is. See, you're psychic.
Okay.
You don't even know it.
No, I had lived in Manchester before. Like I said, I'm just coming back and reacquainting myself.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's done a lot of work around Manchester.
Yes, I have. I've got about, right now, close to 15 murals.
I'm pretty sure I've seen some of your murals. They're fantastic.
Well, thank you.
You know, they're terrific.
At my age, I'm lucky they're still calling me. I just turned 72 this month, and I got 2 murals already. And I've been asked to design a book cover for a writer. I've got a couple months to do that. So.
Well, you're hanging in there.
Yeah, you got to keep busy. I'm not Mick Jagger, but I'm
No
doing my best.
Social Security for you, and you know.
Yeah.
What else do people do? I know people our age go down to senior citizen centers. I've never had very good luck with senior citizen centers. I don't know. I'm just not one of those people that join things and do well in a group.
You could go to bingo.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, bingo's not my thing.
Right.
Try the William Caston Center. They have a lot of things to do. Dancing, singing, you know.
I can't sing, and I'm too lazy to dance, so that's probably not my thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
But, so I'm glad that I found you guys on TV. And like I said, I'll give it a watch, and if I can contribute, I'll give you a call.
Great. Fantastic. Thanks for calling and keep watching. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Take care.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
and happy Mother's Day. Bye-bye. That was good. So,
Yeah.
I want to get to that, but I just want to touch on, before we get to that, give me about 5 minutes. I could be lying.
David is a concerned citizen, and he's got to vent. If you don't vent, you're going to go crazy.
That's right.
And if you don't pay attention to what's going on around you, then you're in bad shape.
And how? So naturally, you know what I want to touch on now. The leaked decision of the Supreme Court.
Roe versus Wade?
Yes.
Yeah.
First of all, the Democrats are in a tizzy about it. Here's one right away. Obama, overturning Roe v. Wade is a blow to all who believe in a free society. An outright lie. He's twisting all the words around. It's a blow to all who believe. See, this is how they've got you programmed. It's not a blow to free society. Actually, it's opening up a free society because it's not banning abortion. All it's doing is saying the federal government shouldn't be involved in dictating abortion because it's, again, this country is so diverse and humongous. It's not one size fits all. Yeah. All this decision is doing is delegating abortion back to the states, how they want to deal with it, what will be allowed, what won't be allowed. That's all it is. And they're telling you, like Biden's going on about, no, the next thing they're going to go after is transgender rights. You tell me where it's the Constitution. Our Constitution covers everyone. Every person that's alive is covered. That's living in this country is covered by the Constitution. You show me where in the Constitution it says if you're queer that the Constitution does not apply to you. Show me in the Constitution where it says that. It doesn't. Again, all they're doing is trying to divide this country, and they're trying to instill hate. They're trying to instill fear. That's all it's doing. Again, you show me where in the Constitution it says, these rights apply to every human being living in the United States, unless you're a guy that wants to dress up as a woman. You show me where it says that in the Constitution. It doesn't. Smarten up. Grow a pair. Try reading for a change, Educate yourself. Learn what's going on. You can read the Constitution online. It's not that long, and it's not in that language that you can't understand. It's not real legalese. Anybody can understand it. So enough with that crap about them. And plus, the decision even states right in it, this decision is about abortion only. No other areas. Abortion only. They're all lying to you. Wake up. And here's, I go to the Y this morning. Naturally, they have all the news channels. The one though in the locker room was CNN, right? And they have Biden doing his speech this morning. What does he come out with? And you should have heard the outrage with this. Biden makes the claim this morning that MAGA, Make America Great Again, it's the most extreme political organization in recent American history. Has he ever looked in the mirror at the Democrats and the far left and the members there, the squad? Talk about the most extreme. The Democrats are the most extreme. Now because of Roe v. Wade sort of getting overturned, what do they want? Because they're not getting their way. These people that keep talking about democracy being destroyed. The Republicans want to destroy democracy. So what do they want to do? They want to change the rules. They want to deteriorate the high standards that we have. What do they want to do? Because now they're not getting their way. Oh yeah, you're going to do away with Roe v. Wade? Well, we're going to pack the courts. I mean, grow up. We pack the courts for what? So they can get their way. See? So much for democracy working. What's the other thing they want to change? The filibuster. Instead of needing 60 votes to get something heard, they want it to be 50 votes. Again. And they're the ones talking about the other side of the fence are the ones that are trying to destroy democracy. And people out there believe it. They don't tell you how. They don't give you any facts. They show you no data. It's just because he's the president of the United States, he says it. And there's how many, not many anymore, but there's idiots out there like, by the way, and in Massachusetts, which I didn't know until I read this yesterday, and it's got to be true, I read it online. The most democratic state in the union. Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you doing today?
Dave, I want to see Anthony's paintings. It's almost time.
Well, we got over 20 minutes left. We're going to get to in a few
please,
minutes.
I don't want to talk about this other stuff. I want to see his
I'm almost
paintings.
done. I'm almost done. You should be chuckling at the stuff I say. You should be chuckling at this stuff.
I want to see his beautiful paintings, really.
You are. You're going to see it. All right, let me go so I can get through this. And the
All right,
faster
yeah,
I get through it. Bye. All right. So, everybody, we're going to see his wonderful painting. Don't worry about it. So I just wanted to go on about that. And finally, I just want to say, naturally, Jane Psaki commenting on the Supreme Court leak. And I'm going to tell you beforehand, this is going to prove how well programmed people are, including me. All right? And I'd like anybody to call me and tell me that they're not. Jane Psaki says, are you ready? People of color will suffer the most. And we're all well programmed. And I'm guilty in this sense myself, because when you hear, quote unquote, people of color, what goes through your mind? Black Americans. Oh, yes, it does. I don't care what you say. Anybody who says that that's not true, show me somebody who says when they hear people of color, black doesn't flash through their mind. I'll show you a liar. That's all I got to say about that. Now, Anthony,
Bingo.
Finally,
Okay.
show us this.
Now this is a commission piece,
Finally.
and it's
I
done.
just one. I hope the Queen of the Optimists now is happy. Happy Mother's Day again.
This is done on tile. It's slate actually, and it's not quite done, but I would say pretty close to 2/3 done. But we'll need a close-up of this. It's only 5.5 by 5.5. But this person wants this butterfly exactly the way it is, and he wants me to add the background and a lot of detail. So this is let's see, should I get my hand there? Yeah, there we go. This is a lot of work. Like I say, it's only 5x5 slate, and it's a beautiful butterfly. I like butterflies for the color. But this is what I'm working on now, and I have to have it done, well, not have to, but he really wants it by Mother's Day. So when I get home tonight, I'll probably stay up until midnight, get this thing done. Like I say, there's a lot of detail. I'm using what they call a zero brush for this. It's the smallest brushes you can use. But this is what keeps me going. I'm retired, and I love doing artwork, especially public art in Manchester. And I have been doing murals since, oh my gosh, 2005 on and on. I must have 15, 16 in town. I have parking meters that I painted. I did a church, not last year, but the year before, the rear of a church. And I'm lucky at my age, really, that they still call me. I've got 2 murals to do, but I got a film that's going to go into more than 2. I'm working for the same person. They keep calling me back every year. And it's one of those deals where Neighbor Works, the group that we have here in Manchester, they pay 50%. The homeowner or landowner pays the other 50%. And I meet fantastic people just working out in alleys and on buildings here and there. I meet all kinds of people. So I really enjoy doing it, and it's part of what keeps me going every day. And I'm glad that Dave has me on the show to show this. When it's done, hopefully, I'll take a picture and bring it in, because if I don't have it done by Mother's Day, I hope he's not too upset. But like I say, this is a lot of work, and the way I apply the paint is 3 or 4 different ways. I put it on with more water than acrylic, and then more acrylic with less water. I have dry times, and then I'm going to coat it and put a rubberized foam on the back so that you can lay it on the table. And it's something that you'll be able to clean off. And if you want to see any more of my work, get on and look on for the Bedford Crafters Guild, Bedford, New Hampshire, and their spring show for 2022. It lasts from April 28th until May the 7th. And I have a butterfly just like this online, but the guy says, no, I want something that you did at your home in your studio, which is my kitchen. So instead of going online, this is for Chris Brooks, and I am so happy to be doing this, and I'm glad that he enjoys my work. I wouldn't be under so much pressure if he would have bought the one online, but he decided, no, I want the same butterfly, but I want you to do it at home. So here I am, and hopefully things will work out, because there's nothing like doing artwork and having fun and having people enjoy it. So, like I say, get on Bedford Crafters Guild out of Bedford, New Hampshire, and all of it's fantastic stuff from crafters. And they finally allowed painters in like 5 or 6 years ago. But some of the crafts, this is things that people make at home, I would rather buy off them than go to a store downtown or the mall and buy something made in a factory. You'd be surprised. And they've got everything from jewelry to baby clothes to you name it.
Wow.
You name it. And the old Bedford Library, you can go right in, and it was built in the late or mid 1800s, yeah. And by 1925, they decided that it was an historical building, so they moved it down the hill, and then they built the new one. And it's got a fantastic history. Of course, New Hampshire's full of history. You know, it's really fantastic. So if you get a chance, get on the Crafters Guild, Bedford, New Hampshire, and I have some work there. And plus, you'll see everything from jewelry to baby clothes to God knows what.
And all New Hampshire artists.
All
Anthony?
New Hampshire artists, yes.
Support
Yes.
the local guys.
Right. We need to,
Yeah.
you know, and it's you'll be surprised what you'll find on there. Just so look it up and see if you can get online. And if you have a problem with that, my email is amwpaints26@yahoo.com, and I'll direct you how to get on, because you really should see not only my work but the other work of artists. There's only like five artists out of 30 crafters, so we're lucky they have us.
So,
But it's worth it.
not, if you don't mind my asking, well, how many hours have you put into this?
Already, I've got just about a little over 9.5 hours.
And how many more hours to?
I figure by the time I'm done, I'm going to have at least another
Wow.
7 or 8 hours.
Hmm.
And because it's very detailed work. And when I paint, I'll paint right over, like these greens here, I'll go over
Yeah.
with a different color green, let some of this show and some of it not
Mhm.
show. I have leaves to add, and I'll literally do a background that's fading
Yeah.
away. So this is where the detail is.
Mhm.
But the
Yeah.
good thing about working with acrylics is they dry fast, so I can get
Wow.
right on it. But yeah, I can see myself, like last night, I think I put in like 3.5, 4 straight hours.
Wow.
Yeah. But I'm watching Andy Griffith,
Oh.
having my coffee. I love that show.
I remember that from when I was a kid.
Yeah, I look when it was made, 1959.
Wow, yeah, I was a kid.
That's when they started out. I was
I was
9
probably
years
as big
old.
as the
Yeah,
table.
and then I look at, and then of course he came out with Matlock, and then Don Knotts, and
I
him.
remember John Knotts, yeah.
And I found out a lot about him and Andy Griffith. In real life, they were best friends. And that Andy Griffith was bedridden for 10 years. He bought the house on an island off the state of Georgia from, what's his name that used to play Perry Mason?
Oh, Raymond Burr.
Raymond Burr. And
Wow.
him and Raymond Burr were friends, and when Raymond Burr had died, Andy jumped right on it and bought that house. And then for some reason he was bedridden for 10 years.
Oh, wow. I
And
never knew that.
The only one allowed on the property was Don Knotts, his wife and kids.
Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah. No, this is interesting about these people, you know. But Andy Griffith just had that certain flair. I wish I lived in Mayberry. I do. I wish
Especially today.
Yeah.
These
Oh, yeah.
days.
You know, I
these
mean,
trying
the world
times.
is you know, you need to pay attention to what's going on here.
You really
We
do.
really do. I mean, what's gone on in this country in the last 2 years is enough to, you know, come on, people.
Right. Well, exactly. Especially not the last 2 weeks.
Well,
Or the last week with this Ministry of Truth. Come on.
yeah, it's very hard to stay out of it. You
Yeah.
know, there's times where I just have to totally shut the computer off and stay away from it myself. But people should be aware of what's going on. I mean, I see this country going in a very, very bad direction. I'm
Well,
not
it
going to spend a whole lot of time talking about it, but I look at it this way. If people, the more information you gain and the more you pay attention, you'll understand what's going on in this country right now is very counterproductive. It's now what used to be good is now bad. What used to be bad is now good. I look at the way mainstream media has turned, what it's turned into, and I'm just not very happy
Well,
with it.
right. The mainstream media. Well, you know, don't they say, or they used to say it, I know I heard it, knowledge is power, right? And the media, they don't want to tell you any. It's just like, I go to the gym every other day, right? So up until the Supreme Court leak, what is on CNN?
Right.
They have the other ones, but for some reason CNN is in front of the Nautilus that I use, right?
Right.
I must be there 40 minutes, 45 minutes. They don't leave about the war in Ukraine. They don't talk about inflation. They don't talk about empty shelves at the grocery store.
Right.
You know, they don't talk about how deceitful this administration is. Nothing.
Well, we've got a lot of secret societies that have taken over this government, in my opinion, and I can prove a lot of what I'm saying. It's like John F. Kennedy warned us about it, but look what happened to him. His brother Robert, look what happened to him. I look at the last election and I'm just very, very disappointed because America has so much. It was a country that everybody respected, and I see our respect kind of going down the tubes now.
It has gone down the tube. Well, it started with Obama.
Yeah.
He's the one who did it.
It's well, he said he wanted to change America, and he did. But the phone again.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
I'm wonderful, and I am happy.
See?
You have to hope if I'm happy, I am.
That's right.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Anthony.
Well.
Did you see the painting?
Have a wonderful night.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Enjoy Mrs.
Yeah.
She saw
She's
it.
the one. Yeah.
That said, for me to finish the going down my
I mean,
list.
you know, a painting like this. I mean, since it's on slate, it's got to be clean.
Can I touch it or not? I don't want to.
Oh yeah, it's not sealed yet.
Oh wow!
Just be very careful. It's these things have to be cleaned and dried. It could take days, even though I could wash that under the sink. You have to let the thing dry. Then you have to have it sanded, then clean it again, then prime it.
Wow!
And then let that dry, and then sometimes you have to put 2 coats on, and it's a lot of work.
Now, for somebody who's not an artist, Anthony, now when this is complete, what is it? Do you put it on a stand? Do you hang it on the wall, or what? What'd you do?
Well, I take it to the guild, the Crafters Guild, in Bedford, and the one that I copied this one from.
Is that the one you had online that looks?
Except it was all done. It was coated. What I do is after this is painted, because I've still got the background. Basically, the butterfly is done. There'll be some. I'm a detail freak, so I've got a few things I want to do in here. But once I get the background done and I'm happy with it, then I'm going to let it cure. Then the next day I'm going to put a coat of clear coat on it, and then see how that takes, and then put another clear coat on, and then after that's dry, I'll turn it over and glue the rubber foam on the back. So you'll be able to lay this on a table. But you can go to Michael's and buy a little easel for this to set on. I wouldn't advise putting this up on a wall. First of all, it's a little heavy, and you'd have to drill into the slate itself.
And it'll break if it falls. But I have another question. I don't know if there's any answer to it, but now it's the way the light hits it, like along the stems of the flowers. Why is it shining when the light hits it?
That's the paint.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's the acrylics.
Okay.
And the thing is, it's even going to be shinier when and it'll bring the colors out, like it'll make a pop. I use a clear gloss color, and this thing should last for a long time, 50, 60, 70, 80 years if nobody, because it's the stuff that I use, all the paints that I use, I'm paying for the acrylics over $19 an ounce. Wow. They're called golden.
Wow. Well, with that price, they sure are golden.
Yeah. Well, they're considered the Cadillac of acrylics, but it's because their pigments are deep, and they have a whole new color spectrum. They don't go by red, yellow, and blue. See, the theory on color is if you take red, yellow, and blue, you can make any color under the rainbow by adding white or black, which are not colors at all. But it's still a theory. And I'm trying to remember the 3 primary colors that golden uses. And I just, I'm ashamed of myself because I forget, but I know that it's not red, yellow, and blue.
Now, do you get all these materials and supplies at an art store?
Yeah, I go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Yeah. I don't purchase anything online because I don't own a credit card.
Have you ever been to Van Gogh in Lowell?
No.
You know, I've been there because I used to live downtown, and it was downtown. I couldn't believe the supplies they had for artists. It was just mind-boggling. I mean, talk about just different colors of paint. So, you know, like you see a red, but different shades of red would be bigger than this tape.
Right.
Unbelievable.
I've been doing my show now, and a couple times I'll have I'll do a demo. And I'm going to, after I have my guests in the next couple of months, I'm going to go back to doing a demo. And I want to start using inks, acrylic inks, and come on and do a demo on that. Because I've had people email me and say, hey, I really liked the show when I did the demos. But I like to sketch it out, paint a little bit, and then bring it on the show and talk a little bit about it. People seem to like that. And it's comfortable. Because when you have something that people can see you work, I think they appreciate it a little more. You know, it's like when what's his name says, well, I don't want the one, I like the one that you've got online, but I'd rather have something right from you.
Sure.
So I figured, but he said I want it to be, you know, exactly like that one, which I assured him that it won't be exactly like that, because when I do the background, even though I use the same colors, it's not going to look exactly like that background. And there may be a couple little brush strokes here and there, but predominantly it's going to be the same image with because it's almost impossible to recreate the same brush strokes. But I have fun doing it.
We have 2 minutes left, so once again, tell them who you are, how they can get in touch with you, all this wonderful work that you have.
You can contact me. My email address is amwpaints, PAINTS 26 @yahoo.com. And you can also look me up. My website is TonyWilliamsArt.com. And have fun.
Very good, and thanks again for coming on the show today, Anthony. Always very interesting and very a learning experience for me all the time. So thank you. And, of course, David B., the Readings Guy, thereadingsguy.com, which is still just contact info. But as soon as I finish, I'm doing grand jury transcripts. When I finish that, I'm diving into developing this website. Biffid at yahoo.com, BIFFID at yahoo.com, 603-404-9338. And, of course, this week I'm going to be a sexist in the closing. This week, I want to wish all the mothers out there happy Mother's Day, and to all the mothers, please, please, please remember, you are a winner.